Springfield Park buzzed under a June sun, its paths alive with kids playing, families picnicking, and joggers weaving through. Emma Carter, a 10-year-old black girl with curly hair, pedaled her teal bike, her smile bright as she rang the bell. Her mother, Sarah, watched from a bench, pride swelling as Emma waved to a passing toddler. Nearby, Robert Hayes, a grizzled man in his 50s, sat scowling, annoyed by the park's cheer. He muttered about noisy kids and lost values, his mood souring with every laugh. On the basketball court, teens played loudly. Ethan, a lanky 15-year-old, sent a ball rolling toward Robert's bench, brushing his arm as he retrieved it. "Sorry, sir," Ethan said, jogging back. Robert glared but let it slide, perhaps because of Ethan's fair skin. Emma, meanwhile, stopped to give a quarter to Tom, a guitarist strumming nearby. "For you," she said, beaming. Tom smiled, touched. "Thanks, kid." Robert watched, his frown deepening. "Show off," he muttered. Sarah caught Robert's stare, unease flickering, but she brushed it off, texting her husband. "Park's fun, come soon." The reply came fast. "On my way." Emma rode on, wobbling slightly. As she passed Robert's bench, her tire grazed his shoe, leaving a dirt smudge. She braked hard, eyes wide. "I'm so sorry," she said, voice trembling. Robert shot up, face red. "What's wrong with you?" he roared. "Can't you watch where you're going?" Emma shrank back. "I didn't mean to," she stammered. But Robert's anger surged, his voice booming. "Kids like you don't belong here." The crowd turned, sensing trouble. Sarah stood, heart racing, as Robert loomed over Emma. "You think sorry fixes it?" he snapped, then swung his fist, striking Emma's cheek. She fell, bike crashing, tears spilling as she clutched her face. Sarah sprinted over, screaming, "My baby!" She knelt, cradling Emma, who whispered, "He hit me." Robert stood defiant, arms crossed. "She deserved it," he said coldly. The park froze, onlookers gasping, phones raised to record. Emma's sobs pierced the stunned silence of Springfield Park. Sarah held her tight, checking the swelling mark on her cheek, her hands shaking with fury. Robert stood by his bench, unrepentant, glaring at the growing crowd. "She ran into me," he shouted. "No respect." Jack, a jogger, stepped forward, eyes blazing. "She's a kid," he said. "What's your excuse?" Robert scoffed. "Mind your business." Tom, the guitarist, set down his instrument, voice firm. "Hitting a child isn't an excuse." Mia and Lucas, teens from the basketball court, filmed, their phones steady. "This is going online," Mia whispered. Emily, a mother with a stroller, shook her head. "I've seen him snap before," she said. "Always at certain people." Sarah whispered to Emma, "You're safe, sweetheart," but her eyes burned at Robert. She pulled out her phone, typing fast. "Emma's hurt. Hurry." The reply was instant. 2 minutes away. She stood, voice icy. "You'll regret this," she told Robert. He laughed, arms crossed. "Regret what? Telling the truth?" The crowd's anger grew. "You hit a little girl," Emily called. Jack nodded. "She apologized. You didn't need to escalate." Robert waved them off. "She's careless. Look at my shoe." He pointed to the smudge, as if it justified everything. Mia zoomed in, muttering, "Unbelievable." Tom added, "It's not about the shoe. You lost it for no reason." Sarah knelt again, soothing Emma. "Does it hurt?" she asked. Emma nodded, whispering, "Why was he so mad?" Sarah's heart ached. "Some people carry hate," she said. "It's not your fault." She glanced at her phone, knowing help was near. The crowd's phones glowed, capturing Robert's defiance. "You're not walking away," Jack said, stepping closer. Robert smirked. "We'll see." Sirens wailed as a police cruiser pulled into Springfield Park. Officers Daniels and Reed stepped out, scanning the tense crowd. Robert's smirk returned. "Finally, some sense," he said, stepping forward. "This kid hit me with her bike," he told Daniels, pointing at Emma. "I reacted, and now they're all against me." Sarah stood, Emma clinging to her. "He hit my daughter," she said sharply. "She apologized, and he punched her." Emma nodded, voice small. "I said sorry." Daniel scribbled notes, but his tone was dismissive. "Sounds like a mix-up," he said. Reed glanced at Robert. "You okay, sir?" Robert nodded eagerly. "Just want this over." Jack bristled. "I saw it," he said. "He hit her, no reason." Tom agreed. "She was polite." He snapped. Mia held up her phone. "It's on video," Lucas added. "Clear as day." But Reed waved them off. "We'll look at it later," he said, his voice curt. Daniels turned to Sarah. "Let's not make this bigger than it is," he said. "Everyone go home." Sarah's jaw tightened. "He assaulted my child and you're letting him walk?" she asked. Daniels sighed. "We're handling it." But their questions to Robert were softer, their glances too friendly. The crowd grumbled. "They're siding with him," Lucas whispered to Mia, who kept filming. Robert's confidence grew. "Told you," he said to Sarah. "No big deal." She didn't respond, her phone buzzing. "Here." She looked at Emma, whispering, "Daddy's coming." The crowd's phones stayed up, their anger simmering. Something was about to break, and Robert had no idea what. The park's air crackled as a line of police cars rolled in, followed by a black SUV. Chief James Carter, Emma's father, stepped out, his uniform crisp, his presence commanding. Whispers spread. "That's the chief," Mia said, zooming in. James strode forward, kneeling beside Emma. "You okay, sweetheart?" he asked, checking her bruised cheek. Emma nodded, tears easing. "I'm okay, Daddy." He stood facing Robert, voice like steel. "What did you do to my daughter?" Robert stammered. "She hit my shoe. I just reacted." James's eyes narrowed. "You punched a 10-year-old. Explain that." Robert faltered. "I didn't mean it. Kids like her." "Like her?" James cut in, voice sharp. "Say it." Robert froze, sweat beading. Jack spoke up. "He hit her after she apologized," he said. Tom nodded. "No reason, just anger." Mia called. "Video shows it all," Emily added. "He's always picking on people who don't look like him." James's gaze shifted to Daniels, and Reed, who shifted uncomfortably. "You let this slide?" he asked. Daniels mumbled, "We were assessing, sir." James's voice hardened. "You ignored witnesses and video. Why?" Reed looked away. "We thought it was minor." The crowd gasped. "Minor?" Sarah said, holding Emma. "That's my child's face." Robert pointed at the officers. "They said I could go." James's eyes blazed. "No one's going anywhere," he said, signaling his team. The crowd held its breath, phones capturing every second. James's voice cut through Springfield Park like a blade. "You two," he told Daniels and Reed, "report to the station. You're under review for negligence." The officers nodded, faces pale, and stepped back. The crowd murmured approval, phones still rolling. Jack whispered to Tom. "Finally." James turned to Robert, whose panic was palpable. "You assaulted my daughter," he said. "No excuse justifies that." He nodded to two officers. "Arrest him. Assault plus hate crime charges." They moved in, cuffing Robert as he sputtered, "This isn't fair. She started it." But his cries faded against the crowd's cheers. Mia filmed, grinning. "Got it," she said to Lucas. Sarah held Emma, whispering, "It's over, baby." Emma nodded, her fear easing. James knelt beside her, voice soft. "Ready to go home?" She smiled faintly. Yeah, Daddy. He lifted her, turning to the crowd. Thank you for standing up, he said. You made justice happen. Applause broke out, warm and steady. Emily wiped a tear, saying, That's community. Jack nodded. We did right. As James carried Emma to the SUV, Sarah beside him, the crowd parted, their cheers following. Robert's cruiser pulled away, his head bowed. The park felt lighter, its spirit reclaiming the dusk. Phones lowered, but the moment lingered, a promise of change sealed in every heart. By morning, Justice for Emma trended worldwide. Mia's video, backed by Jack's and Lucas's, spread across platforms, sparking outrage and support. News channels replayed the clips, calling it a wake-up call. Protesters filled Springfield Park, signs reading "No More Hate" and "Kids Deserve Safety." Online, voices demanded change, drowning out the few defending Robert. Robert's world collapsed. His job fired him after the video surfaced. Neighbors spoke out, recalling his bitter rants. In court, witnesses, Jack, Tom, Mia, testified, their words damning. The judge sentenced him to community service, fines, and bias training, his reputation ruined. Alone, he faced the consequences of his hate. The park transformed. Leaders held unity events, picnics, concerts, art fairs. Volunteers planted flowers, hung signs, all welcome. A plaque honored Emma's courage. She returned, riding her bike, greeted by cheers. You're back, a kid shouted. Tom played a tune for her, smiling. Jack jogged by, nodding. Strong kid, he said. At a rally, Emma spoke, voice steady. I was scared, but you helped me, she said. We're better together. James followed, hand on her shoulder. This is for every kid, he said. Let's keep fighting for them. The crowd roared, united. Springfield Park became a beacon, its paths alive with hope. Emma, now bolder, rode under the sun, Sarah and James watching. It's different, she said. James nodded. Because of us, Sarah added. From pain, a movement grew, proving love could outshine hate.